This is a reading for Lesson 14.1, which is our Introduction to Geography. Continent. Continent, one of the larger continuous masses of land, namely Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe, and Australia, listed in order of size. Europe and Asia are sometimes considered a single continent called Eurasia. There is great variation in the sizes of continents. Asia is more than 5 times as large as Australia. The largest island in the world, Greenland, is only about 1/4 the size of Australia. The continents differ sharply in their degree of compactness. Africa has the most regular coastline and consequently the lowest ratio of coastline to total area. Europe is the most irregular and indented and has by far the highest ratio of coastline to total area. The continents are not distributed evenly over the surface of the globe. If a hemisphere map is centered and northwestern Europe is drawn, most of the world's land area can be seen to lie within that hemisphere. More than 2/3 of the Earth's land surface lies north of the equator, and all continents except Antarctica are wedge-shaped, wider in the north than they are in the south. The distribution of continental platforms and ocean basins on the surface of the globe and the distribution of the major landform features have long been among the most intriguing problems for scientific investigation and theorizing. Among the many hypotheses that have been offered as explanation are 1. The tetrahedral or four-faced theory, in which a cooling Earth assumes the shape of a tetrahedron by spherical collapse; the accretion theory, in which younger rocks attached to older shield areas became buckled to form the landforms; the continental drift theory, in which all ancient floating continents drifted apart, you've probably heard of that one before; and the convection current theory, in which convection currents in the Earth's interior dragged the crust to cause folding and mountain making. Geographical and seismological evidence accumulated in the 20th century indicates that the continental platforms do float on a crust of heavier material that forms a layer completely enveloping the Earth. Each continent has one of these so-called shield areas that formed 2 billion to 4 billion years ago and is the core of the continent to which the remainder, or most of the continent, has been added. Even the rocks of the extremely old shield areas are older in the center and younger toward the margins, indicating that this process of accumulation started early. In North America, the whole northeast quarter of the continent, called the Canadian or Laurentian Shield, is characterized by ancient rocks of what might be called the original continent. In Europe, the shield area underlies the eastern Scandinavian peninsula and Finland. The Guiana Highlands of South America are the core of that continent. Much of eastern Siberia, which is in Russia, is underlain by ancient rocks, as are western Australia and southern Africa. So now that you've finished the reading, go back to today's lesson and make sure to complete the rest of the activities present. Contact me if you need anything.